Hello everybody, I'm Mr. Cryptid. Before I get started, I'd like to invite you to check out my page and like, share, and subscribe. Help this video reach 1,000 views. Thanks. This encounter I'm about to tell you is 100% real, and it happened to me while I was traveling through Arizona. I know this adobe hut looks ordinary and might not seem like much to you, but the story of who lived here might be interesting to some of you. 3 years ago, I took a trip through Arizona trying to find some locations to photograph. As most of you know, I like to take the less traveled roads so I can find offbeat locations like this one. On this particular day, I took an old beat up dirt road that kept catching my eye. After a few miles in, I noticed this adobe hut was sitting in the middle of the desert. I got off to check it out and began to take pictures. While I was walking the exterior, I noticed that there was a small cave-in in the backyard. So I wanted to check it out and see what was below it, so I began to dig out some dirt where I thought was the original door. Out of nowhere, a man showed up dressed in completely dirty clothes. I didn't see him at first, and he asked me what I was doing. Obviously, this startled me and scared the crap out of me. I got up and told him I was photographing the place, and I noticed a cave-in and wanted to take a look inside. He warned me that it was a bad idea and that I should stop because I may not like what I find. I backed away and asked him if he knew any of the history of the place and why it was so way out of the way in the desert. He told me that a long time ago lived a man there with his wife, and that one day, while his wife was attending the sheep, she was bitten by a rattlesnake and died a week later because of it. Her husband became a drunk and wouldn't leave the house, and he told me how the man eventually began to lose his mind and wanted to find a way to talk to his wife. The man eventually made a local medicine man who lived nearby and apparently promised them that he could be with his wife again. The medicine man and him spent a lot of time together at night. Locals claimed that late at night, they would see the man and the medicine man go around town stealing food, alcohol, and supplies, and that people would always see two large coyotes running away towards the direction of this adobe hut. Some of the locals decided to take matters in their own hands and apparently kill one of the men, thinking they were a Skinwalker. The other took off running and wasn't seen again. The house eventually became abandoned and now sits here in the condition that I found it. The older locals who still live close by never come near the place because of fear of the Skin Man. Some claim to see a large coyote circle the place occasionally. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, and I never found out what was under the house. But coincidence or not, 2 days later, when I had checked out of my hotel room to come back to Las Vegas, I was driving at night when a large, skinny-looking mangy dog or coyote crossed a road I was driving in. He did not look scared. He stopped in front of my car for a few seconds, slowly turned his head around, and looked directly into my eyes, or that's what it seemed like. And then it casually continued on crossing the road. I never found out what the man's name was who showed up out of nowhere, or I'd never seen him driving a vehicle. The nearest house was over a half-mile away, and I remember that he was wearing really old clothes and was holding a small leather bag. I wrote my name on the wall inside the adobe house, which now I think was a mistake. Why? Well, some of you might remember the story I told you a while back about the night my friend and I were having a phone conversation about skinwalkers, and everything went crazy weird inside and outside my house. If you guys would like to hear that story, please let me know, and I will go ahead and create another video telling you the story about the night I had an encounter with the skinwalker in my own house. I wasn't the only one who had an encounter with the skinwalker that night. My friend who lives in New Mexico also had an encounter just at the same time. So this story happened to me, and it's 100% real. If you guys would like to hear more stories like this on my channel, please leave it on the comments below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and check out my other channel. Link is on the description below. Thank you for watching, thank you for the support, and please help this video reach 1,000 likes. Stay strange, see you next time.